Good morning. It is July 13th, 2026. And what are we letting go of today on this beautiful Monday morning? We are letting go of judgment. Judgment is awakening, forgiveness, rebirth, and answering your soul's calling. What are you being called to? So this is Pluto, Scorpio reference, and we are releasing self-judgment and harsh criticism. That inner critic, the one that tells us that we can never get anything done or done correctly. We are releasing that today to make room for the truth, to see ourselves in the way that we were meant to see ourselves. That harshness can really play on your soul. It can play on your self-esteem and keep you trapped in past memories and past paradigms, especially if you were like bullied as a child or something like that. You tend to harbor that information and store it away and then pull it out to keep yourself lower. And by doing this, what you're doing is you're holding yourself back and you're not seeing yourself for your true self-worth. So that's what judgment is asking us today, is to release that so we can see ourselves in our true light. Let go of guilt over the person that you used to be. We are not the same person we were yesterday or the day before or the week before, month before, year before, etc., etc. We all have the ability to learn information and make a decision to change who we are, what we believe, and change the projection of our future. By doing this, we break out of that shell and become beautiful, become somebody new and somebody that we weren't yesterday, because we have a little thing called wisdom on our side now. We have new abilities and new ways of viewing ourselves. So this is asking us to see ourselves in a new light and to let that guilt go over the person we used to be. There is no point in living in a state of guilt. You can't change the past, but you can definitely change the future, and you can change the now. There is, we've all done things that we're not necessarily proud of, but it's not a jail. It was a stopping point, not our destination. So this is asking you to release that and let yourself grow into who you are today, and really focus on encompassing your beingness of now, who you truly are, who you are showing yourself to the world, and show yourself the progression that you've made. So we're releasing pressure to constantly prove our worth to everyone and anyone, including ourselves. Because we have worth. And if you are working on a healing path at all, once again, this is a stepping stone to the rest of your life. You have bad moments and bad days, but it's not a bad life. So this is asking you to release that pressure to constantly prove your worth to yourself and to others. Because you are here on this little, this speck of blue dot in the sky, you are worth it. You chose to be here. You chose to be here now. You chose this to be the game that you played, and this is the playing field right now. So release that feeling of proving yourself to other people. You don't need to do that. Relax, take that deep breath, and exhale into your worthiness, because you are here, you are worthy. Stop carrying shame for the chapters that have already ended. So once again, this is going into that inner critic and blaming and self-judgment and all that. We're just cleaning house today. I just saw a broom and cobwebs. Clean the cobwebs of your brain out and realize your worth. There is no need to feel shame again over the past, because you're not living there anymore. You have moved forward with new decisions, new information, growth, and you're allowing that to change and charge forward in wisdom for your path forward. And tomorrow you're not going to be the same person as today. You might learn something today that once again changes your opinion on something, or it can actually even change the entire direction of your life. So it's asking you to lay down that guilt, lay down that shame, lay down all of the things that you tend to judge yourself with, and just let that go today. Trust that every experience has helped shape the person that you are becoming. These are all, layers and pieces of our tapestry that are building us out. But without them, we wouldn't be the person we are today. If everything was easy, we would not have the journey that we've had. We would not have the learning experiences we had. We would not have the wisdom we have. We would not have the strength and perseverance to carry forward. So this is telling you that every experience that you have had has helped shape the person that you are becoming. And remember, even tomorrow, you're not going to be the same person that you were today. So Judgment reminds us that awakening is not about becoming someone new. It's about remembering who you've always been beneath that fear, beneath that doubt, and the expectations of others and even yourself. So move forward in confidence as you release these feelings and allow yourself that freedom to move forward and to enjoy life without judgment and guilt and shame from past experiences. So that is the let it go. What are we letting grow today? And that is the Four of Swords, which is an air sign, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And this is Jupiter in Libra. We are growing our relationships through rest today. So you can't help others on a completely empty, depleted cup. So this is asking you to take that time out and rest yourself a little bit to help recharge your batteries for those around you. So your depleted energy isn't holding you back from spending quality time with those that you love, that you care about, those that you want to grow a relationship with, because you can't grow out of exhaustion. You're just going to drain that battery even more. Allow healing to happen without rushing the process. So this is a full stop timeout, asking you to repair yourself, sew that heart back together, make yourself whole, take that time, nest, cave, sleep, nap, do what you need to do. You need to take some time for you to heal, and you can't rush that. So if that means, you take a bath today, you read a bit, you aren't paying attention to the stresses of life, you're actually paying attention to what you need the most. That is honoring you and your path. Create space for that silence and reflection. Take some time out, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever you can muster up, for a daily practice of possible meditation and breath work. So you get that pause, you get that stillness for you, and you know that that's a non-negotiable. That is your time. Honor your nervous system by slowing down. Repeated inundation of information, of busyness, of traffic, of people bitching at you at work, of dropping your coffee on the floor in the morning, of not setting your alarm properly. That all takes a toll on your nervous system, but you have to honor yourself by slowing down. So, if you have to take that pause before you leave for work in the morning, and if you're rushing for time, make the time. Take that 5 minutes and do a little bit of pranayama breathing. Do something that centers you, that can recalibrate you from the inside out so you can start your day fresh. It doesn't have to be an hour practice. I do an hour practice myself every single morning. It doesn't have to be an hour. It can literally be 5 minutes to recalibrate, to take that time out for you. And remember that restoration is productivity. If you try to live your life on a drained battery all the time, you're just going to keep on depleting. And we all know what happens to a battery that runs out. You have nothing left, and you have to do a full reset. And you don't want to get to the position that your body has to fully reset for you. That will happen if you don't take that time to slow down, and you don't take that pressure off of yourself and that space for you. This is where illnesses can creep in. This is where injuries can creep in. If you're not paying attention to you, the universe will sometimes bitch slap you and give you the time out that you need in a whole different way. So this is asking you to take notice of what you need today, where you can slow down, where you can make that space for you to replenish your batteries. Is it a bath? Is it, an extra long shower? Is it reading on the couch? Is it sitting out under a gazebo in your yard? Is it sitting by your flowers? Breathing, drinking a glass of water consciously, taking in every sip and feeling where it's going in your body. Conscious decisions and presencing in the present moment for yourself is the restoration that you need. For Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, the Four of Swords remind us that the clearest answers often arrive after the mind becomes quiet. Peace is not found by thinking harder. It is discovered by creating that space to listen. So that quietness for you. So with the Judgment, a new chapter begins, but Judgment appears in this place today of release, and this changes everything. You're being asked to let go of your past today. Judgment of the past, old mistakes, old decisions, the old paradigms, wondering what should have been done differently. We're not going there. The mind has become at times the courtroom and the jury for the accused, which is you. So the Four of Swords quietly enters the picture here, and it doesn't argue and defend. It just simply asks you to lie down beside your own heart and repair yourself. Judgment is saying you've carried this long enough, and the Four of Swords pipes up and says, now rest for yourself and replenish. Healing isn't always found in fixing things and taking that judgment for yourself and that time out for work. Sometimes that fixing and that replenishing is a pure positive time out rest for you. Because your future deserves your energy more than your regrets, there is something beautiful about this reading reminding us that the awakening doesn't actually have to be dramatic. It can literally be done in the time out where you're giving yourself the permission to do this, and we're breathing without needing that permission from others. Your worth has never depended on the accomplishment. Your soul doesn't earn what you value. It just simply asks you to remember. So release the judgment you've been holding on for yourself and grow into healing that only rest can provide you. You don't need to become someone else. You simply need to become more authentic and more of yourself today. If you could forgive yourself for one thing today, what would that be? And what might become possible if you gave yourself permission to truly rest? So that is the reading today, and I am using the Healing Spirit Oracle card. And what are we healing today? And that is your path may be bumpy, but will alter soon. So that's asking you to remember that when it comes to moments in time, things that happen, where you're arriving at that is not your destination. It's simply the stopping point. So it's telling you today that you might have some issues that come up that might be a little bit hard to deal with, but know that like all storms, they're going to pass and it is going to blow out. And this will give you the time afterwards to take that pause and rest for yourself and recalibrate. Your path might be bumpy, but that's going to alter. This is not your final destination. This is just a stopping point for today. I love this card. It's absolutely beautiful. And I love how there's almost like a little person jumping up in the waves. I don't know if they did that on purpose, but I love that. So remember, this if there is a little bit of a bump in the road today, that is not the final destination. That is merely a little resting point, and you will move forward. And once again, recalibrate. She's going to be another hot one, so hydrate, drink water, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye.